Chapter 36 The Dinner Plan and Hidden Feelings. From the Velvet Story. Sometimes, the heart hides more than it shows, and love speaks loudest in the silence between the lines. Geet was getting Abhi ready for kindergarten. Bhabhi. Dev's sudden voice startled her. Yes, Dev, she replied. Can you fix a dinner date for me? I can't take it anymore. I don't think I can live without her, Dev said, all in one breath. Geet looked at him with suspicion, but also with a teasing spark. She wanted to be sure. I would love to, but you can ask the restaurant manager to organize your dinner, she said, pretending to play it cool. OMG, no, Bhabhi. I want you to help me ask her out, Dev pleaded, his voice full of urgency. I'm repeating myself, Dev, I would love to. But tell me about the girl, Geet said with innocence, though her teasing voice was clearly showing. You are teasing me, Bhabhi. Dev complained in a childlike voice. Abhi, who was listening but couldn't really understand, said, Don't cry, Uncle Dev. Geet burst into laughter at Abhi's innocent remark, and Dev hung his head in embarrassment. After a moment, Geet said, Abhi, Uncle Dev isn't crying. He just needs your help. My help? Abhi asked, curious. Yes. What, Uncle Dev? Call Meera auntie and ask her when she's free. Okay, Abhi said excitedly. Geet turned to Dev, you just need to tell me if I'm calling the right person. Yes, Bhabhi, Dev admitted, blushing and ruffling his hair nervously. Geet handed her phone to Abhi. Hello Meena auntie. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? I'm good, fine, thank you. Are you free today? Geet lip-synced the words for Abhi to say. Yes, sweetheart. I'm always free for you. Abhi looked at his mother's face for his next line. Meet me? Where? Meera asked. Mama, tell Meena auntie. Abhi whispered. Geet took over the call. Geet, you shouldn't do this, Meera said playfully. You always tell me you're busy and have a night shift. But Abhi wouldn't take no for an answer. So this was the only conclusion, Geet giggled. Very funny, is this a joke? Geet asked Dev for the restaurant name. Alexander, he said. Nope. Okay, meet me at Alexander restaurant, Geet relayed to Meera. Why, see, what did I tell you? Geet said to Dev with a wink. Okay, Meera finally agreed. Bye, meet you soon. They ended the call. Oh OMG, Bhabhi, you are amazing. I love you so much. Dev exclaimed and hugged her tightly. Dev, they suddenly heard a roaring voice from behind. Man was hiding behind the door, listening to their conversation, which had become his favorite pastime these days. He was quietly observing both Geet and Dev. His heart warmed seeing Geet ready to help Dev, but a question echoed within him. Why was she running away from him? She clearly understood love. She clearly appreciated seeing others together. So then, why not them? Geet was confusing for him. She was planning a dinner date for Dev and Meera like a true matchmaker. She could see that Dev and Meera were perfect for each other. But why was she ignoring the same connection between them? Introspect, Geet, Man mumbled to himself. But Dev's enthusiastic thank you hug didn't sit well with Man. He decided it was time to make his presence known. Dev, Man roared. Geet and Dev both startled at the thunder in Man's voice. Okay, Bhabhi, see you later. Bye. Hello, Bhai, Dev greeted quickly and ran away under Man's intense glare. What are you doing here, Man? Geet asked, trying to stay composed. To meet my babies, Man replied in a calm, normal tone. Sorry, but I think you're in the wrong room, Geet said, folding her arms. And by the way, why were you glaring at Dev? Poor him, he ran away from there. She complained. Don't you think he is taking advantage of you? Nope. Oh, really, Geet? Yes, I am helping him, and Dev needs time to prove to Meera about his interest in her. Maybe they'll make a good couple, Geet said dreamily. They will make a good couple. You can see he's interested. That means you are not stupid, Geet, but your intelligence has failed in our case, Man said, too directly. Geet didn't expect that, at least not so bluntly. I don't want to talk about that, Geet said, looking everywhere but at him. "I've work," she made an excuse. "I can see that," Maan said, still staring at her. "Don't worry, I'll help you," he added. "Mama, dairy." Abhi interrupted the tension rising in the room. Geet took the diary and started searching for the message. "Abhi, why didn't you show me this yesterday?" "Mama, Abhi forget," Abhi said with his full, toothy grin. "What happened, Geet?" Maan asked. "Today is a children's party and we need to get him ready in his party dress and send an item for the party," Geet said, getting flustered. "Babaji, what will I do now?" Maan gently held her shoulders to calm her down. "Geet, panic doesn't help you. So relax. I'll get him ready for the party. In the meantime, you prepare something for him," he said softly, reassuringly. "But how will you do it? You don't have any experience," Geet said in a panicked voice, but Maan placed his finger gently on her lips. Their hearts skipped a beat. The contact was sudden, not planned. But even the smallest moments spoke volumes about how deeply they wanted each other. Geet managed to whisper. Maan slowly removed his finger from her supple lips. Geet had a soft smile on her face, the kind that said a lot without saying much. Maan noticed it too. Without a word, she turned and walked away to prepare something special for Abhi. Geet made choco lava cake for Abhi's kindergarten party. "What are you preparing, Geet?" "It smells so good," Dadi Ma commented, walking in. Geet greeted her warmly and explained about Abhi's kindergarten party. "Okay, so you are making it for him, not for me," Dadi said in a mock complaining voice, pretending to sulk. "Maan is going on her," Geet murmured to herself. "Yes, you are right, Geet," Dadi Ma replied while grabbing an apple from the kitchen slab. "Dadi Ma, I didn't mean. Just chillax, Geet. I'm not like Prema," Dadi exclaimed with a knowing smile. Geet chuckled and returned to her preparation as Dadi Ma walked away, leaving the warmth of her teasing behind. Meanwhile, Maan was taking a lot of time getting Abhi ready. Geet was growing restless. Rosie auntie was helping her, but still, she asked Rosie to check on them, not because she didn't trust Maan, but because, well, this wasn't exactly his cup of tea. Rosie returned with the same answer, "The door is locked, and Maan sir said he'll make him ready." Geet gave the cake its final touch, just about to leave the kitchen, when Maan finally appeared. "Where is Abhi?" she asked. "He is here, Geet," Maan said with a smile, pulling Abhi from behind him. Abhi looked adorable, but more than that, handsome. Today, he looked like a reflection of Maan, not just Meet's son. Geet bent down in front of him and said, "You are looking so handsome, Abhi." Abhi shied away, cheeks turning the softest shade of pink. "Oh," Geet gushed, kissing both his cheeks, his forehead, his cute nose, his chin, and finally his lips. "My baby," she whispered lovingly. Abhi giggled and returned her kisses the same way. "I made our baby ready, Geet," Maan said with pride in his voice. "Thank you." "Whoa, you both are being partial," Maan teased. "Why? See, Abhi, your mama loves you, and you love her, but me? She gave you so many kisses, and you too gave her back, but me? Nothing." "No, Dada, Abhi loves you," Abhi said, and then kissed Maan just like he kissed Geet. "Abhi loves Dada so much," he declared, stretching his tiny arms. "Daddy also loves Abhi so much." Maan mimicked him, spreading his arms wide. "But Mama don't loves Dada," Abhi pouted. "Mama loves Dada," Maan replied, smiling at Geet. "No, Abhi, she won't. See, she didn't even kiss me," Maan said in a fake sad voice. Geet's heart skipped a beat. Rosie auntie quietly left them alone. She knew this was their moment. "Mama, kiss Dada," Abhi pleaded. "Baby, no," Geet replied in a soft, hesitant voice. "Mama, please," Abhi said, even softer. Why was this little one doing all this at such a young age? She couldn't ignore his innocent request. She leaned forward and placed a shy kiss on Maan's cheek. Maan showed his forehead, Geet rolled her eyes but Abhi insisted. Then came the nose, then the chin, and finally, Maan tilted his face, indicating his lips, but Geet glared at him, her cheeks flushing with heat. She kissed his forehead instead. She was red now, a mix of shyness, surprise, and emotion. This wasn't the place. This wasn't the time. And yet, her heart wasn't listening. Unexpectedly, Maan pulled her closer. "What are you doing?" she asked in a low, breathy voice. Abhi clapped his hands joyfully. "Dada." Maan smiled and kissed her cheek, her nose, then her chin, and finally, her forehead. He was about to kiss her lips. Geet closed her eyes. She didn't stop him. She clutched onto his shirt, but what made Maan truly happy was that she didn't resist. She was blushing, pink as a rose. Maan kissed her forehead again and whispered, "Yesterday was the first and last time I'll kiss you in front of anyone. Next time, I'll do it properly, when we're alone." Geet's face held a permanent smile now. She turned away, quietly went back to her work, because she knew Maan was still watching her. She packed Abhi's lunchbox, handed it to him, and asked Rocky and Rosie to drop him off early today. As she cleaned up the kitchen, her heart whispered louder than ever. She knew she loved Maan. Then why was she stopping herself? Her heart screamed, "Accept the love you've craved for years. You won't survive if you keep ignoring it. You can't live without him, Geet. What if he stops chasing you? What if he gives up?" Her soul whispered the answer. No, she asked herself, what is love, Geet? To respect someone. She recalled how Maan corrected Dr. Alexandra. He didn't call her his girlfriend. He called her his wife. To care for someone. She remembered how he stood by her. How he cared for Abhi, even gave his blood, silently. To express love openly. He'd done that. In New York. In front of Rayyan. Last night. And even earlier today, with his direct, piercing words. To be there when it matters the most. He had been there every single time, even when she kept pushing him away. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's the quiet pull between two hearts that refuse to let go. Geet smiled, secured everything in the kitchen, and walked out quietly, but her heart was dancing. Scene shift. Unbeknownst to them, someone was watching this happy little family from afar. "I wanted to show you this, Prema. They're made for each other," came a soft voice. Prema was silent. She saw the love in Maan's eyes, for both Geet and Abhi. He was never fond of children, but with Abhi, he was someone else entirely. And she had to admit it now. Maan had changed. If this story touched your heart today, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Subscribe for more heartfelt moments from Maan, Geet, and little Abhi. Until next time, keep believing in the magic of love.